Last night, Kylian Mbappe scored his 40th Champions League goal and became the youngest ever player to reach that milestone. That's quite bonkers. Let's find out just how good he is and how good he's going to be in the future. If our next guest can answer that question, he's the French football journalist, the expert, Julien Laurens. Julien, hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, guys.
Bonjour.
You okay?
We're good. We're very well. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
I'm watching Mbappe, obviously, of course, when I see him in the Champions League. I don't really keep an eye on the PSG matches. You obviously do. Every time I watch Kylian Mbappe, every time, I'm like, oh, wow, he's getting better and better. Is that the case, do you think? Or is that just his game at the moment? He's that good all the time?
No, I think he's been very good for a long time. It's just, I think he gains maturity, experience, of course, the way he manages games and to be more consistent maybe through games. There was time maybe before when he was a bit younger where he would drop out a little bit from the game and not be involved enough or not being involved consistently in a way, which I think now he's worked a lot on that. He's worked a lot on his finishing. You saw the goal he scored against Juventus.
Wow.
This is a bit of his trademark now, really. And I think you could see the development in his game and how much he's improved, even considering how high he started, really, even as a youngster.
Julien, you talk about how high he started, and he is a young man still, only 23. He seems to have achieved a lot. I mean, what will be next for Mbappe? Because he spoke about he's not happy at Paris Saint-Germain, then he is happy. I mean, what do you think the outcome will be with Mbappe come end of this season?
I think he will leave PSG at some point. He will go to a bigger club to win more trophies, to break more records, because I think this is the new generation, of course, you know, that he wants to write history all the time. This is his obsession. This is the ambition. He wants to win games and win trophies, but he wants to break records, goal scoring records and precocity records, all of that. You know, he was so happy in 2018 at the World Cup because France won the World Cup, of course, but also because he was the first teenager since Pelé to score in the final. And to have all of that, I think that matters a lot to him. So he will go where he knows he can win trophies. He decided to stay in Paris. You and I have discussed it many times on the show before. Maybe in his position, we would have done something else and gone to Real Madrid, for example. He decided to stay, to give another go, to see if he can win the Champions League with PSG, which I think for him, considering he's a Paris-born and bred kid, would be very special to be amongst that team that wins the Champions League for the first time for your hometown and your home club. And then he can go somewhere else. But even if he doesn't do it for PSG, he will go in the summer, I think, unfortunately, but certainly the following summer. And then I think wherever he goes, whether it's in the Premier League, at Liverpool or City or Chelsea, wherever, or at Real Madrid or whatever club, he will continue scoring goals, winning trophies and breaking records.
Julien, you mentioned PSG there, and I've been really impressed with them this season. There seems to be something different about them. Do you think this is their best chance to win the Champions League as there's ever been?
Yeah, I would think so, because last season, for example, we didn't have Messi in that kind of form, or Neymar, and Mbappe certainly not at the same time. But since the start of the season, all three of them have been incredible, really. The problem, and if you watch the Juventus game where PSG were already through, but they were still the top of the group at stake, there's still some flaws in that team in terms of balance, in terms of recovering the ball, even in terms of solidity defensively, because it was far too easy for Juve to find good position to shoot, to go through the wings, for example. And I think this PSG team still lacks something to go far and win this Champions League, unfortunately.
Okay. Listen, before we let you go, it's interesting you mentioned you don't think they've got what it takes. Who do you think will win the Champions League this season? I really fancy, with their front three and their goalkeeper, and they've got a few other excellent players as well. I don't think 1 to 11 they're the best, but I think with their attacking options, they're certainly up there. They're my favourites to win it. Who do you think will win it?
I think Real Madrid have to be there. I think City as well, of course. I like Bayern Munich a lot, and even after Lewandowski left, I think what they've shown so far in the group stage, in a tough group with Inter Milan and Barcelona, I think was very impressive the way Nagelsmann has that team playing. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, we heard the odds for Real Madrid winning. I could not believe the odds for Real Madrid, because I think they've got so much experience and everything. I think between Real Madrid, City, Bayern and PSG, I think you've got the winner there. I know. You know, I'm stating the obvious, but
let me write that down. Let me write that down.
Really. But no, I just think PSG are still below them.
Okay, all right.